Well, ladies, I am delighted to have this opportunity to talk to you on this, the 5th anniversary of the Women's Fund. You are known as the Fab Five, the founders. This is just an extraordinary journey that you've been on. And so I thought we would start from the beginning, and maybe you could tell me about what inspired you to create the Women's Fund.
I had been on the Winston-Salem Foundation Committee for a couple of terms, and as I got off, I looked back and saw that there had been funds developed for horses, there had been funds developed for seniors and youth, but there was nothing specific to women. And as I started listening around, I thought, this is something we can do, and put together a program that can focus on women and girls. The groups in town that are made up mostly of women, they don't focus on women and girls necessarily. And they do wonderful things throughout the community, but we wanted to focus on women and girls once we all started getting together.
We were given an opportunity to create social change and collective philanthropy. How could we not? We were so excited about having this opportunity to take our experiences and work together to construct new ones.
And I know that there were certain core elements that were very important to you.
Yeah, for me, empowerment was one of the things that really got to me. I said to this group, how do we get women to understand that we can do it? You know, together we can really make a difference. And as we talked about it, it's really an interesting message, because we're saying to women, yes, you can be self-sufficient, but on the other hand, we're saying, come together. And let's see how you make that difference. You know, as someone who's a mom and a grandmom, it's so important for me that women know that they can make a difference. So the empowerment piece was huge for me, as was inclusivity.
Yeah, I think inclusiveness, as we really began the conversations around what a women's fund would look like, as we talked to women and girls in the community, I think what we really heard was that philanthropy meant very different things to very different women. It was important for us to think about what would a model of philanthropy look like, where all women and girls were included in that conversation. And I think truly it has made the difference. Not only have a seat at the table, but have a voice at the table as well.
Along those lines, I'm curious, what was the #1 core value for you?
Community, I think, is really important, and one of the things that I think is so wonderful about the way we fund our grants is that it's a voting process, and for every membership you have to get 1 vote to cast. So if there are 12 of you sharing a membership, the discussion that has to happen to get everybody to agree that, based on all their different experiences and expertise, that this is the thing that we should be funding. It's the right thing. By the time those conversations happen, we have, I think, the right answers, because we have everyone's input.
And people get very excited about this process too.
Very excited, yes. And you know, again, it is a proud moment for us as women and girls in this community. And so having the opportunity to sit together as a community of women and girls to talk about those things is so very critical, and I think so very special as part of the Women's Fund.
You've been doing this for 5 years. What has been the biggest surprise? There's always a surprise anytime you have an organization.
I think the women in our town were hungry for something like this. They wanted to be involved. They wanted a specific vote on where the money's going, and I think that gives them the power. But I think also the surprise is the number of women that have joined up. I think it's beyond our wildest expectations. But I think another thing that's been very interesting and a surprise maybe is the way we've already evolved very quickly in 5 years.
How do you feel about what you've been able to accomplish?
It's amazing how far we've come, and all the amazing women we've met, each other and the other hundreds of women who've joined the fund.
And women love to be informed, and they feel good about the gifts they can make. And it has been quite enjoyable to see the fruits of our labor and many, many other women's labors build and continue and prosper for the future.
Well, ladies, I'd like to thank you so much for giving your time to the community, to the women and the girls of the community. Your vision of leadership and dedication is simply inspiring to improving the lives of people in Forsyth County. And the legacy that you've given, it provides hope for the future. And I'm especially proud to be a member of the Women's Fund. And I know that as more women and girls learn about this organization, about the vision and the mission, that the fund will continue to grow and impact our community in absolutely amazing ways.
Thank you.
Thank you.